Long live the king.
Welcome back to the channel, folks. Mr. H here for another dive into the world of the Monsterverse. So, a few days ago now, we had our third TV spot, or third trailer, kind of thing, I guess you could say. It's almost like a teaser trailer for Godzilla King of the Monsters, and it was dubbed Beautiful. There are a few take-homes from this teaser trailer or TV spot that I really want to delve into. Now, there will be a series of videos for this, but the first one of these is King Ghidorah atop this mountain. Now, this really did lead one to question, and I said it in my teaser trailer breakdown, was where is this mountain? What is this mountain? Because there's another shot earlier in the trailer which looks identical to the mountain, but it is from the point of view of the humans in the Argo. Now, for those that don't know, the Argo is the mobile base of operations for Monarch. It's the gigantic aircraft which we have seen in numerous images as well as the trailers. Now, a few people pointed out to me that it absolutely was Rodan's mountaintop, his volcano, and presumably he has now beaten Rodan. Few things to note here. Let's kind of break it down and discuss it. So the main point of this video, and what you would have got from the title, is does King Ghidorah kill Rodan? Because that's what leads you to question this. And to answer that question, I think it's really important to decipher, first and foremost, whether that is Rodan's volcano or not. Now, when we look at it, it does look near identical, but there's a few things which would lead us astray on that train of thought. The area below the mountain, there's no city there. Okay, there is no city there at that point in time where we see King Ghidorah. And there is, we know full well that there's a city there when Rodan emerges from the volcano. But, now bear with me here. What if we know that Rodan emerges from the volcano, he is led to King Ghidorah, which is something we learned from the set visits. We've already seen in the teaser trailers and the main trailers that as Rodan flies, he absolutely decimates everything below. It is just pure destruction wherever Rodan travels. So if Rodan has emerged from the volcano, he has swooped over this city, this town, and he has absolutely destroyed it. It is in pieces at that point in time. Then he is led to King Ghidorah. King Ghidorah then battles him, and then what we see afterwards is King Ghidorah atop the mountain. Now, that would explain why we no longer, as King Ghidorah is above the mountain, or on top of the mountain, it does explain as to why we no longer see any structures made by man down below. Because Rodan would have flown over, absolutely destroyed everything, laid waste to everything, hence why we see some of the, well, not only the volcanic activity on the volcano, we can see the lava and the magma flows, but also all of the destruction down below. It's all gone. So I think in discussing this, I think it's safe to say that that is actually Rodan's volcano. Now, there was something else which kind of threw a spanner into the works here, was the Christian cross, the crucifix. Why is that there? A few people pointed out that this could potentially be as Monster Zero lands on Earth. I highly doubt that. Christianity as we know it does not predate the time of which we are aware that King Ghidorah comes to Earth. He's dubbed Monster Zero for a reason. We know he is pretty much the first of the first. A few people have thought that as he comes down to Earth, it's what we've seen in the trailer, almost like a meteorite. I would say that that's probably not the case. I wouldn't say that that shot is indicative of King Ghidorah falling to Earth as a primordial Earth anyway. So this is definitely not King Ghidorah as he lands on Earth, randomly and coincidentally on Rodan's volcano, his mountaintop, and that's why we see the Christian cross. We know that where Rodan is in Mexico. Mexico is a fairly religious part of the world, Christianity especially, so I would say undoubtedly this is still indicative of Rodan's volcano and King Ghidorah having at least had a fight with Rodan. Now, the main point to this video was, does King Ghidorah kill Rodan? And is that why we see him there? Is he there claiming victory? I would say no. Now, from a narrative perspective, it simply does not make sense for them to reveal Rodan, to buy the rights to Rodan, and to have him destroyed very, very quickly. There's a few things which would make sense for that. Now, we could argue that having Rodan emerge, having this incredible action set piece, mind-blowing special effects, you know, a sense of scale, watching Rodan be this absolutely unstoppable force of nature and power, an A-bomb in the skies, to then watch him be destroyed by King Ghidorah. One could argue that from a narrative perspective, that could be a good way. Now, I don't personally believe that that is a good way, but I can see the argument for it. Because if you go through all of that rigmarole, and you have Rodan be this just absolute beast of the skies, to then go up against King Ghidorah and then be destroyed, it really does indicate to the audience just how powerful King Ghidorah is. But that is something which I highly doubt they're going to do. You've got to remember that Legendary have bought the rights to use Rodan, Mothra, King Ghidorah, and of course Godzilla. From a personal perspective, I would feel that having Rodan destroyed in what would maximum be of about a 15-minute set piece of the movie would be a total waste of money, even from a narrative perspective. To have Rodan be destroyed by King Ghidorah, but then presumably by the end of the movie Godzilla would kill King Ghidorah, and then in the next movie obviously have a struggle against King Kong, would indicate from multiple angles that Rodan is weaker than King Kong and that King Kong is more powerful than King Ghidorah. So there's a few things there which do not make sense. I highly, highly, highly doubt that Legendary would pay all of that money for cannon fodder, because that's what Rodan would result to being if he's just destroyed momentarily. So from a narrative perspective, as much as I can agree that there are some arguments for it, I just simply do not believe that Rodan would be destroyed by King Ghidorah in such a quick way. I do, however, think that Rodan does go up against King Ghidorah. I do believe that what we see in the trailers as Rodan is battling King Ghidorah in the skies, I do believe that that is part of the battle, which is obviously pre-King Ghidorah atop this mountain. I would say, obviously, that King Ghidorah would win that fight against Rodan, but I would believe, from a personal perspective, that Rodan would fly away to combat King Ghidorah another day. Now, there's a few things which would indicate that to me. Michael Dougherty has come out and stated that Rodan was one of his favourite characters. He's also stated that he is a bit of a rogue, and we do not know where his allegiances lie. So, to have Rodan destroyed immediately, that does not go hand in hand with what Michael Dougherty has already said. He would have to have encountered Godzilla, Mothra, and King Ghidorah for us to understand and be confused of where his allegiances lie. So I would say that Rodan emerges from the volcano, goes up against King Ghidorah. King Ghidorah whoops his ass. He absolutely beats down on Rodan. I would say from there, this is again just all my theories from taking everything into account, I would say from here, this is where Rodan becomes a bit aloof. We do not know where his allegiances lie at this point in time. After he is beaten by King Ghidorah, I would imagine Rodan would probably interact with Mothra in a peculiar fashion, and much the same with Godzilla. Because, simply put, they are animals, King Ghidorah would have proven himself to be the alpha predator against Rodan, so I would imagine that Rodan would not go up against King Ghidorah again until there is presumably backup, I guess. From an animal perspective and an instinctual perspective, Rodan would not want to go up against King Ghidorah again, but he would submit to King Ghidorah. So I believe that what we're seeing here is King Ghidorah claiming victory. He is claiming the volcano as his own, and it really is one of those, again, animalistic displays of power. King Ghidorah has beaten Rodan, and then he goes to his home, to his hibernation area, and he stands there and he claims that as his own territory. So I think that is what we're seeing. I highly, highly, highly doubt that Rodan will be destroyed so quickly. Again, I can see the argument for it, and it would make sense in certain manners here and there, but from my own personal perspective, I highly doubt that that is the case. So there you go, there you have it. That is one of the snippets from the beautiful trailer that I wanted to break down and discuss. There will be a few more because there were some pretty major reveals from that, but in my teaser trailer breakdown, obviously it's a trailer reaction review. I tend to just give my first thoughts and then later down the line open them up for more of a discussion base with you guys. So what do you think about this? Do you think I'm along the right track? Do you think I'm not? Let me know down below in the comment section. As always, if you are new here, please do hit subscribe. And if you like this video, give it a like and a share. To stay up to date on the world of pop culture, movie news, and of course the Monsterverse, crush that bell notification icon. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I've Mr. H. Take care.